What does this mean? You have a soul which with a massive energy like a sun, sitting in the center of your body, and it has to all the time adjust itself in releasing with a kindness to its own structure that brings the possibility that the soul of physicality can interact with it. If you've been to previous teachings, the biggest problem for our soul is to be kind, is to be, in a way, structure itself that as what we've seen on the surface of the sun, we see huge plasma explosions, we see little plasma mountains. The soul of the man continuously does this. But these eruptions and these ups and downs goes that in interaction with the fields coming from the soul of physicality of the man will give the right emotion, the right feeling in a way across the brain of the man. As I said once before, it's very complicated how this son, this soul has to behave. This is your right brain, or this is your left brain side. Looking at yourself. This has to handle the physicality, and this has to handle this physicality, because it's the way it's structured. You can imagine, on one hand, you're holding a bowl of fire in your hand, burning, and on the other hand, you're holding the hand of your lover. How does this soul inside react, and what does it produce that either one has its own emotion and own feeling? What radiation it radiates that you see and you understand. Controlling this is part of what you have to understand about the creation. Eruption on one end and joy and happiness on the other. When you can control the totality of the emotion in a balanced field, then you will create, in a way, the totality of one field with a physicality. And then you will understand the two emotions become one. And this is the time when a man will take shape to see as one. Is not two parts. It's not left and right. It's when you understand this, it's the time when you are ready to take into the next step, because this, at that point, will shine and will grow out, and it becomes one. The fields of, not the plasma of. And the interaction of these fields with the other souls will give you the what we call the emotions, the understanding, the interaction with the soul of the mother, the brother, the friend, somebody from other part of the universe, and many other things. What you call prophets of God, what we saw with Solomon, is interaction of these fields and nothing else. Is understanding this process and nothing else. It is becoming part of and nothing else. It being part of and nothing else. In so many ways, we have to be able to understand the process of creation and nothing else. And in the new enhancement unit, we are set to do this. We are set to create that condition. We are set to bring what we call the change needed for this purpose. And this is, in a way, what we ask the Universal Council to bring the soul of the man into this position. That the knowledge of seeing the totality will bring the change to individuals. In a way, that center is the collective soul of the Universal Council, and the outside is the collective soul of the man. Now, maybe you can see how we try to bring the things together, how we try to iron out what has been discrepancies in understanding the existence of both for the man. Where the soul of physicality and the soul of the man work as one, not in two halves, not in the right and left. And this takes the dimension of bringing what you have, the physicality of the man, into the position of totality of the man. Where the physicality does not need to die, but the totality of the soul embraces it. This is what you will see many of you when you enter the enhancement unit. Many of you, there is a system here which we have not shown, and it's not in public domain to see yet, but is advertised in a different way for the horizontal units. In those units, you'll come in touch with your own soul and the soul of physicality. Because then you have to handle it. Then you have to understand, why do I have the cancer of prostate? Why do I have the cancer of breast? And what have I caused? What have I done to myself? Do I need the elevation of my soul, that the soul of physicality receives enough to change the dimension, that there is no cancer? Then you understand the progress, the development of how, first, you have to understand the composition and the way you are built inside, that you can understand how you can change the outside. The biggest problem for man is the two-hemisphere brain. And part of our problem with bringing the human race out of physicality into the dimension of the soul is the physical structure of the brain. With the birth of Mitra, we look forward to change in the process, that the brain of the man in the due time will take a balanced shape field that is aware, and in a space will decide on this side the strength to be this shape, on this side on earth to be the man, and on this side on the planet, whatever, to be what it allows it to exist. Mankind has to learn the two-phase, two parts, the soul of the physicality interaction, what we call the creation of the emotions, has to be brought into the surrounding area of the soul of the man, that what happens the outside does not exist. This is what happens to you at the point of physical death of today, as I explained before last week. As your emotions from outside will take shape and comes forward in, and you see, and then it becomes a peaceful place. And then you see the light. It's the time when you are directly, as the physical soul of physicality, in touch, in front of what I call your creator. And the choice is very simple: to become again the soul of physicality within the structure, or allow the soul of the man to exist and bring the soul of physicality within it. And then in the future, how you want to manifest yourself will come from this point. It's understanding the knowledge is the process that we elevate the soul of the physicality to become mature enough in the strength to be able to accept, to become part. And then go back and read the paper written about interatomic fusion, where it's not about atoms, it's about how you can bring the soul of physicality inside the soul of an electron to become part within the structure of the new, what we call proton, to create a new dimension of life. And we think that mankind is ready for this transition. We think mankind and selected numbers gradually will phase through this and we'll see beyond it. There are a few souls around the foundation which have reached and are about to reach that point of maturity. And they will see, and through them, they'll ignite the totality of the change. In a way, we have brought souls to teach you. And these souls are amongst you. These souls will come because they know they're part of the soul and interaction of soul of nature. And they become the teachers, some of them silent, some of them verbal, some of them combination of the two. The time of GANs making and nanocoating and understanding the GANSes and the plasma fields was to bring you to this point. And then when you come to that point, the interaction of the fields of your body, it dictates to you how you manifest, you change the plasma to the matter state. Conversion and transition between the matter states and energy. The what we call maturity of the man. The end of the what we call the final day, when a man matures to the totality of one conversion of the two. Not in matter state, but in a state of understanding the totality of the knowledge. The process of elevation of the soul of the physicality to see the soul of the man through the enhancement unit has already been said. It depends how much of it you need. It depends how much of the reality you have to face. If you remember, I used to tell you, go back to some of the teachings, especially those of you who've been in the medical teachings, where always we said to the people that use our technology for their wellness, when we used to give them the system, they always used to say, how long do I have to use it? And we always said, you will know when the time comes. And after a few weeks, after a few months, when they used to come and they say, sorry, I have a problem, I forgot to use it. Or this week I forgot 2 or 3 times to use it. To them was something they did wrong. But to us was that the soul of physicality was elevated to the point that they didn't need the support of the systems anymore. This is the time I said, it's okay. Don't worry, you can bring the system back and we destroy it. Because we brought the soul of the man in a dimension of his physicality to be elevated, that the soul of the man could not see any fault with it. It was elevated enough Those days, we used to use magnets. Nowadays, you use ganses. And today, you use the fields of your own soul. It's the same fields, but according to your intelligence, you release the knowledge. Physical magnet, dimension of the ganses. Now, the dimension of the fields on their own without ganses. Because you've seen one, you build trust in the other. When you go into the enhancement unit, we can still create those volcanic eruptions within one part or the other if we decide so, because the soul of physicality needs adjustment through the brain and the emotion, that it all becomes one. When you travel the depth of the space and you come to those who have matured in the dimension of physicality, you see a very strange structure. And when you are reporting that you've seen what we call very thin bodies and whatever, or very thin structures, when you look into their physical brain, they're very, very nicely set. It's all one. And when they release the fields equal, the shape becomes very different. And because of the gravitational field of the earth, they take this shape. And if I change the field next door to them and they walk into it, because I change the dimension of this, the soul will take a new dimension and shape, and you will see it. It might become like this. It's not a magic, it's understanding the interaction of the fields. And many of you will have that problem. Now, maybe for the first time, I can explain to you the fish tank. There, I explained before, maybe you understand when I said, when I drop a drop of water into the water tank, you shall see the fish. I don't drop a drop of water off the physicality. I drop a plasma of the soul of the fish, and the water and the shape of the tank will create the fish. Now you understand. I can drop soul of the man within the water, and you shall see the man shall be created from it. Because the strength of the soul of the fish is different than the strength of the soul of the man. That's all it is. It's not magic. It's understanding the way the magic is done, the science behind it. This, in the New Testament, is called the resurrection. I can resurrect you anywhere. The salinity of the water is the salinity of the womb of the mother. It has no choice but to create the man. The salinity of the water here is the salinity of the fish. Sweet water fish or ocean fish have different salinity. Now you understand how I've been telling you for years. I've been carrying a box of creatures with me because I did not make the creatures. I allowed their souls to be created and where they want to be. For the body of the man to exist with the atmospheric condition of this planet, it needs a specific salinity, and with it, it manifests itself black, white, Chinese, yellow skin, white skin, and the rest. And this is what the man needs to understand. And this fish tank, in so many ways, if you understood it fully, is the fish tank of the universe. The way in the different salinity of the body of the man, you get kidney and the others. In the salinity of the universe, you get different creatures according to the interaction of the conversion of the fields to observing condition or detection condition of the man or the creatures at the point. When something is invisible to you, it's very visible to me because my eye has a different salinity of water in it that liquid decides. When we see cataract, when we see people who look their visions, they lose it or change it, it's not because just that. It's the water salinity inside has changed, that the structure outside has changed to fit it. It's like, as I said, you change the temperature inside, you get the moisture on the wall, or you get the ice on the window. And it's the same. When we reverse a cataract, all we do, we change the water within, salinity of the eye. And then because it changes, it doesn't need that blanket. If you understand the knowledge, the rest is there to be done. I hope I shared some knowledge of the creation with you, and gradually you as knowledge seekers will translate this and transfer it and comprehend it and share it with the others the way they will understand. Thank you very much for the teaching part of today. And Rick, if you want to go on a break, then we come back. And today we have Casimir as a head of the sales of the Keshe Foundation, to show you some things that are set up for the Keshe Foundation's, what we call, for the New Year package for those of you who believe in the path of the Christ. Blessed name. Would like to go on a commercial break, and if Casimir would like to take over on it, please.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Keshe. So we'll be back in a few minutes and listen to Casimir. Thank you, everyone.
The new Vertical Enhancement Spaceship Unit. A plasma space technology to prepare humanity for transportation and transmutation in deep space. Essential processes are embedded to prevent mutations and psychosomatic conditions during deep space travel. This new system is designed to support upper body conditions, especially of the lungs and intestines, and can be targeted specifically for each organ. When inside the Vertical Enhancement Spaceship Unit, the body experiences balance in totality, enabling it to correct and rebalance all the fields within itself. The new Vertical Enhancement Spaceship Unit, a dimension in health and transportation never seen before.
Good morning, Hasmir. Are you ready to go?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Keshe. I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you, but we can't, or you have to increase your screen.
Okay,
Just
I would ask.
second, please. We need to expand it. We have a very narrow band.
Yes.
Rick, is that something you can help with?
Do you want me to show that
PDF.
PDF?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Yes, perfect. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Krasimir. I'm head of the sales of Keshe Foundation Manufacturing. And today I'm very happy to present to you the new Christmas bundles that we came up with so that we can enjoy this Christmas and enjoy the technology, be able to share it with our friends, with our family. We know that this time is supposed to be a time of family gatherings and unification. It's a very good time for us to remember and to apply the understanding of peace, of love and unity. And what a better way to do it than to share this technology with your loved ones. That's why we've created these bundles so that you can take advantage of the technology, you can share this unity, you can share this peace and allow it to reach more people and thus help with a bigger purpose. So if we can go forward one by one, we're going to see all the bundles. It's very important for you to know that all the bundles, if you can scroll down, Rick, are coming with, first of all, they are on a reduced price, which is a very good. If you scroll down a little bit, this is the first bundle. I'm sorry, stay on the first one. So we have the home space bundle. This is a bundle that unites 3 Keshe GaNs reactors that you can use, and together with the water dispenser GaNs reserve, usually the CO2 or the zinc oxide, so that you can basically, the idea was to use it either on the Christmas tree or just place it around the Christmas evening, the dinner that you're having, or simply play around them with the reactors, loading it with the different quantities of GaNs so that you can create the interaction and you can create this space plasma effect that encapsulates all the environment that you are in. This space bundles is at reduced price. If you check, if you get all the products separately, the price is going to be higher. The discounts are very generous so that everyone can enjoy the technology, and it is on a fixed 15 euro shipping. So this is another great news. Regardless of the place that you're ordering, your shipping is going to be 15 euro, and you're going to have these amazing products, hopefully by Christmas, so that you can enjoy it and give it as presents. If we continue lower, we have created the next bundle, which is the sleep bundle. That's how we call it. It consists of the memory foam contour pillow. We know that ganses can work with us during the day, also during the night, especially during the night when we need to rejuvenate, when our brains and our souls are active in a different dimension and our bodies are sleeping in the physicality. We know that it's a very beneficial time where we can reset or balance the fields of the body. That's why the memory foam contour pillow can help you while you're sleeping to be balancing your fields so that you can wake up in an absolutely amazing state, full of energy and very balanced and calm, so that you can be this instrument of peace around you. It's also combined with the plasma fields absorption butterfly, the 3 set, the small, the medium, and the large, which can be placed around your bed so that not only your body can receive the beneficial fields from the pillow, but also your whole sleeping environment is protected from any kind of harmful fields that might be coming around. And this is also protection not only from the fields, but also, as you know from previous knowledge seekers workshops, that the butterflies are protecting also from high energy packages that we are familiar with, and that are going to be protecting, we are going to be facing them on in space. That's why the butterflies are there, to be able to protect your whole environment. And the restickable rectangular pack is basically a Keshe guns gel pack, which is filled with guns and other material. So you can apply it on specific places on your body that you have some kind of a problem with. Let's say you have a knee pain, or you have an ankle pain, or you have a tooth is aching. During your sleep, you basically balance the fields of your body with the pillow, and the emotions with the pillow. You protect your whole environment through the absorption butterflies, and also apply very focused fields on places that you feel some kind of issues with in physicality. So this way, it allows you, the sleep bundles allow you to have really deep and really rejuvenating sleep, so that once you wake up, you're basically in a perfect condition. And this is very good for everyday use. It's amazing for a present, and we believe this is going to be a really good addition to everyone's home and well-being. If we move lower to the next bundle, we see the educational bundle. As the technology is going further and further, and we see how deep we get into our understanding with the teachings of Mr. Keshe, we still wanted to have a sound foundation, because we know that a lot of knowledge is hidden in the books, and we wanted to understand and to have this sound foundation of the technology. That's why we believe it is very important for people, even though they are familiar with complex concepts from recent days and from the recent teachings, it's always good to go through the foundation, through the base. So we know that when we have a strong foundation as a strong base, we can create many things on top of it. But if we lack this strong foundation and understanding, even a small misunderstanding can bring chaos. So we wanted to allow people to have the books, which is part of this set, and also to be able directly and immediately to apply the knowledge from the books using the educational and travel kit, to be able directly and immediately to create his own first ganses, the main ganses, to be able to show it to their friends, to their family, to the people that are still wondering what is this thing, plasma, what is GANS. So while learning, you'll be able to also apply in practice and basically learn by doing. It's also the idea behind adding the field replication unit, because when you can show it, it brings amazing results when people can see that and feel the fields and the taste of the orange, of the banana, even though it's not physically present in the water. It always gives this nice surprise towards the skeptical mind. So this is in a way a tool that we can first learn, second share the technology with our loved ones and teach to the people that are interested. But also this might be a tool for towards the skeptics, for them to be able to see that and to feel by themselves that there are effects and that the technology is working. So this to us is very important, and there is nothing bad in people being skeptic. It's good because we know that they give us the possibility to show, to present the technology, even to think further, to be able to explain in such a way that it gives us even more understanding. So we're very happy to have this educational bundle, and everyone that is starting with the technology, everyone that's experienced already with the technology is going to benefit from this foundational bundle. The next bundle that we have created would be the desk work. We know that with the pandemic and with the home offices, a lot of people are working. There is less time for people to go out in nature, less time for people to exercise, and that is why we know that we need help, and this help can come from the technology, from the application of the plasma technology. That's why we've added the memory foam traditional seat cushion, because we're using our chairs more than we're using anything else basically during our day when we are in front of the computer. This is also the mask, the small width mask that helps with the fields within the brain. It also helps with the area around the eyes and the skin of the face. It's a very focused effect that it has on the body, and it also the neck and shoulder relief. It's again a pack that you apply directly on the neck and the shoulder. This way you basically get absolutely free, and you get rid of any kind of discomfort in the shoulders, any kind of discomfort in the neck area. You will allow for the fields to interact in a much more balanced way. You will become more calm and not so affected by the stress of this whole environment. And the interaction between the cushion that you are sitting on and the mask that you are wearing and the neck and shoulder will create this field of balancing the mind, balancing the physicality, balancing the emotion, so that even though you're working in this stressful for the body and for the mind environment, you won't get affected by it. And especially if you combine this desk work bundle with the sleeping bundle, you're pretty much covered for the whole day while you're working and while you're sleeping. If we move forward, we also wanted to start taking the direction towards the people that are athletes, that are sportsmen, people that are actively moving their bodies. And we know that the technology is extremely effective towards inflammations. The technology is very effective towards fast recovery of the muscles. I think this is a field that hasn't been explored much probably because a lot of people are interested in energy and in other application of the technology. But I believe athletes are the people that can benefit most from the technology. That's why we have added the ankle gel pack, the wrist gel pack, the neck and elbow pack, and the medium gel pack as well, so that you can specifically target the joints of your body, and you have an additional gel pack that you can apply at a specific place. We know that with a lot of sports people, the issue is not in the muscles, but rather in the joints and in the tendons. That is why if you can create the environment that the tendons and joints can recover faster, you're basically helping the fields and the physicality also within the muscle. You can increase the muscle response with this bundle, and you can increase your overall movement and the speed that the brain is sending signals to the muscles. Also balancing all of your body, all of your joints, so that you have much faster recovery and so that you can reduce inflammation. We know from the recent studies that probably one of the main reasons for longevity, for stress overall in the body is inflammation. And that is why when we reduce inflammation, we increase the longevity. And with the athletes, this is also going to help with any kind of pains that they have in the joints, in the ankle, the wrist, the neck and elbow. And they have an additional gel pack that they can apply at a specific place. The next bundle that we have combined is the traveling. Some, especially now with the transportation, basically this is their work. They're not affected by the stress for staying at home in front of the computer, but they are affected by the stress at being in the car all day, or traveling with the truck all day, or just having to travel too much. That is why we believe that this technology can be helpful in these situations as well. That is why we've added the traveling pillow. This can help while you're driving or while you are traveling with an airplane, regardless of the purpose of the travel. This is going to help with balancing and reduce quite a lot the stress and the tension in the neck and head area. Also, we have the small width mask. It's basically there to create interaction, to help with the balancing of the fields of the brain, to help with the eye area, and to help with the skin keeping the skin fresh on the face. And of course, we have the neck and elbow pack, which is going to help with any discomfort in the upper body area when you are sitting too long in the same position, or you are repeating one and the same movements. We know that the neck and elbow can get affected. This leads to irritation, and this leads to heaviness in the neck, shoulder, elbow, overall upper body, which leads to decreased mood, decreased productivity, headaches, and whatnot. That is why this bundle is specifically combined so that it can address issues that are related to traveling, and it can reduce a lot the stress. It can release any kind of tension that you have in your upper body, in your neck and shoulder, elbow, and head as overall. And if we're moving forward, we can see the wellness bundle. This wellness bundle is using a combination of enhanced pain pen. This version has no limitation to its use. We have two paint pens here because we know that if we're using two pens, one from one side of the body and one from the other side of the body, we can target and we can create an interaction for a much rapid response. And it is also using those two paint pens, we can very rapidly showcase the technology. It is combined with the migraine ice cap. The ice cap, it does not only target migraine. Of course, it is designed for that. It helps with the migraine, but it helps alleviate any kind of tensions, any kind of stress or heaviness in the head area. It balances the emotions. It balances the interaction between your soul and your physicality, because you also have in this pack the gel slippers. So using the cap and the slippers, you create a higher and a lower. You create this gradient field interaction within which your body is encapsulated, so that all those fields traveling between the head and the toes can interact and can bring balance to your overall being. And when you target any pains that you might have using the paint pen, this is basically like a therapeutical bundle, because with the few minutes per day sessions using this whole bundle, you can basically forget about any kind of pains that you might have. You can refresh yourself. It's like a field bath. Your plasma gets refreshed totally, and you can continue with your day without any sorts of trouble and full of energy, motivated, happy, and ready to move forward. And with the same mood, I want to move forward to the next bundle, which is again driving for a long time. It is the memory foam traditional seat cushion. It's an expansion of the previous bundle. It adds on the knee and elbow pack, together with the food gel pack and multifunctional pack medium. This is not only for traveling. This is specifically for driving. When you are on duty, let's say, with the heavy trucks, when your work is related to driving in particular, this whole set is specifically designed for that task. So you basically be able to be much more effective without tiredness, without giving such a stress to your body. It basically, again, is designed to create a field interaction between the parts of your body, a field interaction also that is very focused and specific to your knees, to your elbow, to your foot. And a medium pack you can apply at any specific place that you want as well. And keeping it even more interesting, we move to the next bundle, which is the protection bundle. This is an amazing bundle that is using the latest technology. It is using the air enhancement unit. We know that air enhancement unit is increasing the negative oxygen ions in the atmosphere. It gives clarity. It protects from the high energy packs in the environment that we've been bombarded with lately. It is a combination of the air enhancement unit with one cup, one life, the combination of cup 1 and cup 2. So you have your air and field protected. You have yourself, your body, and the fields in your body protected using the water from the cups 1 and 2 from all variations of this high energy pack that we know there are different variations of it. And we also, for an additional protection, we've added the surface cleaner. It's basically a specific combination that allows you to clean any surfaces and get rid from any harmful, dangerous viruses, bacteria that can be on that surface. It's like a much stronger disinfectant that we're using for our hands, for the surfaces that are being used for protection. So with this bundle, you are fully protected, and the space that this bundle is going to operate is going to be absolutely free from not only harmful fields, but also high energy packs that can interact with your body and bring you down, basically. So with this protection bundle, you can forget being sick, or on the opposite, it can help with the balancing of the fields, and it can help with the protection from these high energy packs that we've been bombarded with lately. And I believe if we can scroll down, you can see the website of the store. The bundles are available in the store from today, and you see the shipping is €14.99, which is absolutely amazing. Wherever you are in the world, you can order these amazing bundles, which have already been discounted. You can order them for $14.99, the shipping rate, which is absolutely amazing, and enjoy the technology, spread the technology, bring peace, help us bring this peace, and bring this spirit of Christmas, of unity and love with this new technology. We will be very happy to see more and more people applying the technology in their everyday lives, more and more people enjoying this technology, and more people understanding the purpose and the power of this technology. And with this, I want to thank you all and complete the presentation of the bundles. Thank you again. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, thank you, Krasmir. I'll just briefly show the Keshe Foundation store site here as well. I see that the Christmas bundle is available under the new released products. And when you click on the Christmas bundle, it shows all the different bundles. And you can select which bundle you want under the additional options at the bottom and add that to your cart. And I'll just post that link in the chat as well, so people have that to reference. Go there directly. Okay, thank you, Krasmir.
Thank you, Rick.
Okay, brings us back to our main workshop here with Mr. Keshe. Are you there, Mr. Keshe? Ready to carry on?
As usual, ready, able, and willing.
Okay, so first of all, I remind the attendees you can put your virtual hands up, and it can allow you to open the microphone to be able to speak. We have a couple of hands up here now, and so we have Sylvia. Sylvia, could you go ahead and say who you are and where you're from? Maybe Sylvia didn't have a, I'll ask you to unmute and see if that works. Maybe it was an inadvertent hand. Oh, there the microphone's open.
Hello, everyone. IP from Germany, Bavarian. And I'm very happy to be with all of you.
From where?
From Bavarian, Germany, Bavaria.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
Welcome.
welcome. And thank you for everything. IP in connection. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, if there's no questions there, we can go on to Marinez has a hand up and Jefferson after that.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Keshe, every beautiful and honorable knowledge seekers around the world. And yeah, thank you again for all these knowledges during these years and the honor you give us to be able to express ourselves.
Recording in progress.
This morning I woke up after the experience of last night on connection of the souls to protect our physical body. It was so amazing and rich for myself, kind of feeling of responsibility actively. And this morning when I woke up, I just gave from myself, my soul for 5+1 negotiators, and that it ended with the soul, with the peace for humanity and future. And if you permit, I thought about 2-3 points, which has always been in my mind, and people like me, many people, that we see in this world. We have something called human rights and children's rights. And yet we see the videos of the aggressive people who create conflicts and sufferings, impose on innocent civilians, and put sanctions on peaceful nations. An example, we know that some of us, we know that Iranians' religious authorities have banned the utilization of any mass destruction weapon, even during the wars. It has been forbidden by these high authorities, even during the defensive war of Iran and Iraq. When the Ayatollah heard that the bomb had touched a train, he ordered immediately the military to stop bombing the cities of Iraq. So on the basis of lies of Netanyahu pretexting the threats of atomic bomb and attack of Iran, during these years has been put an unjustified sanction on these people, which not the government and not the rich and medium class suffer very much. Only the poor and marginal people are suffering. Children, 1,500 children died last year because they couldn't buy the medications and their parents were powerless because of sanctions. All historians agree that Iran has never aggressed any of its neighboring countries for centuries. And we know that the powerful walk over others to expand and use many means to obtain still more power. And we also know Iranians have achieved fast scientific progress and nearly a very much educated youth, and 50% of universities are women, and raise their children in the highest education and humanities. And now there is a dilemma of 3% or 5% of purity of uranium, while Iran and your laboratories, you have reached the 100% purity of uranium for a space travel technology. So what, as you said, are they fighting for? We offer knowledge for peace and lifting all of these sanctions. We have our souls, and we want to use our souls to do something for the future of humanity. We give from our souls to raise a soul of respectable negotiators of 5+1 on both sides to raise their consciousness so that peace and lifting the sanction would come out of it. And we do this practice with ourselves, to give to ourselves in the morning and anytime we want. And also we keep the Wednesday, 6 p.m. CET, collective soul connection for this goal and peace for an exchange of knowledge. Thank you, and with your blessings.
Okay, thank you, Marinez. We have a hand up with Jefferson. Would you like to go ahead, Jefferson?
Hello, Rick. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Keshe. It's always an honor to be with you and you all in these meetings. It's amazing. The knowledge that you brought is very simple, but very deep. Thank you very much for everything. And I would like to only make a consideration, if I can add this, and would be more directed to the Krasimir. During this period that have passed and the ancient past, I've seen that the people around everywhere, they are treating their pets, birds, dogs, cats, fishes, as a way to keep themselves in the balance emotionally throughout their or our little friends. And the question is there any project inside of this many products that's being developed by the Keshe Foundation direct to these little friends, like collars or straps for dogs, or aquarium ornaments, toys for cats, food containers for birds, in such a way that we can help them to be balanced, in the meaning that they can spread more fields throughout their emotions, because they love us so much. They give freely so much. And sometimes they get unbalanced. We've seen here many animals that are suffering as well, due to mainly the emotion of their owners or their friends that taking care. So that's I think the second wind that just came, Rick. The idea that we could spread this knowledge as well with our friends. They will help us a lot in this effort to balance the emotion of everyone. Everybody likes. I don't have pets nowadays, but I see everywhere. And the interesting thing that I have friends that they don't go to the doctors for themselves, but they take the dogs, they take their cats as much as they can, because they love them. So that's the point. Is there any project that is being developed by the Keshe Foundation products in this direction? Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Keshe. As always, thankful. Thank you, Rick. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you very much. We're all doing our best to bring that change, and it is interesting to see how we can bring that change to work to the benefit of all of us, and how things shall take shape and the way it will take shape. Any questions?
Okay, does Krasmir want to reply to that, or is that okay? This is. He can open his mic if he wishes to. We had a question in the YouTube from Malcolm, Mr. Keshe. Can you expand on the use of the replication unit? In what ways can it be applied? Thanks.
Replication unit has a lot of usage, and we try to keep away from it in so many ways until knowledge seekers become more gain more confident in its application and its use. And the field application units will change drastically in maybe next 3 months, 6 months. Maybe sooner, maybe later, depends how the Keshe Foundation sets to plan out for future developments. Field application units are prelude to very advanced technology, extremely advanced technology. And I have kept it away from the teachings deliberately till everyone or majority of the knowledge seekers, and in a way the world population is ready for such a change. there is something very strange that many of you have not paid attention to. And from the time the field application unit was put out of the teaching, and then some knowledge seekers understood it and tried it and it worked, is in fact very straightforward but very complicated question to ask. And only I've seen one or two Chinese students when I was in China, knowledge seekers have understood a small part of it, but they couldn't understand to expand it. Ask yourself a simple question.